before I even really get in my bag, I need to say this as the first thing. Protect hip hop culture. Link is in the pinned comment. Go grab you one of these. You can get whatever color you want because this is more than merch. This is a mission statement. And somebody has to ask me, why is protecting hip hop so important? Let's get right into it. First of all, because Vulture Voltron is forming. You heard of Culture United. I've been a member of Culture United. I've been a lot. This is Vultures United. Huh? On Twitter, I said, this is the We Profited Off Black Death All Madden Squad. Huh? This is the what? So we're going to talk about all these people. I say that I'm not really talking about Whack as much as I'm talking about everybody else in here. But Whack be doing some weird stuff too. But so if you didn't know, all of the seems like worst commentators of hip hop have all come together. And as somebody who's been on the Culture United panels, as someone who's been on Curtis King's panels a couple times, I feel like we gonna talk about this, and it's important to talk about this. And I got a few takes on this as somebody who might have some background information.
And all the weirdos, we are unfortunately seeing more.
Shout out to Hip Hop Fanatic. We are doing a Hip Hop Fanatics video.
Now, when it comes to Drake, Akademiks, and all the weirdos, we are unfortunately seeing more and more of every day. As Kendrick Lamar has started a new era in hip hop where everything in rap has been shifting back to the place that it should have always been, as a result of one side of the people and artists moving away from the worst parts of the culture entirely. That other side of hip hop that has been responsible for creating so many problems is standing further and further away from rap's core principles. And with this, it hasn't just been easier to spot who is on the wrong side of the genre, but also these guys are now linking up together and helping one another out to make sure that as hip hop is shifting back to the place it should have been, which of course really means
Culture Vulture Voltron is crazy. But I got a theory about why I got two theories about why they're linking up. Stay tuned because I got some background information. I feel like people aren't really
is that they
paying
shouldn't
attention.
have a place in it, that they can still hold on to their careers.
Hip hop culture. Go grab you one. I need you to go grab you one. I want everybody to have one of these and rock these at least once a week because they fighting. This is the final death screams of the nastiness that was in the culture. I think.
With this and Drake and Akademiks specifically, as they are trying to make this new side in hip-hop that over everything else is going to stand for the mindless, clout-chasing culture that Drake has defined more than any other rapper has, Akademiks and Drake have continued to secure stronger and stronger bonds with some of the most despised people in hip-hop and beyond the music world entirely. And with all of this, while even the most annoying vultures and clout chasers will not be able to stop the shift that is going down in hip-hop, everything is about to get a lot more annoying as rap is in such a pivotal time. And now before we go any further into this, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. And with all of the chaos that the other side of hip-hop is trying to bring currently, it really has never been more important to leave that like. And so now with that said, ladies and gentlemen,
You know when Kendrick said watch the party die, you know what the party was? The best metaphor, because people keep getting confused. It's that room. It's that room. That is quite literally, it's that room, nigga. I've never seen in one room. Well, if you were to accumulate how much views they each have gotten talking about Black Death, oh my goodness. That's why I said they're the all Madden team. They the all Madden team. You gotta unlock them, for sure.
It comes to Drake. Before we can get into what his role in all of this even is, we can't even.
Now this is Hip Hop Fanatics, so they're gonna kick Drake back in. I really think this is, but he is right because he is connected to a lot of those people. So
get into what he has planned and how it's all advancing without talking about none other than DJ Akademiks. And with Big Ak, surprisingly or unsurprisingly, if you have been following how desperate this guy is to help Drake out in any way possible, he is really the glue to this entire movement that is going down. And this entire strategy and plan that is going to try to dispel not just Kendrick Lamar, but everything he stands for at this point, which means hip-hop as an art form, because currently with Ak, he has not just been sitting in that same old chair and annoying everybody within the same old manner that he always does, but instead, Ak has pretty much been running around and doing side quests to both make sure that his own platform stays at the top of whatever strange things he is trying to represent after losing a lot even on his side of things after doing some very weird things that were caught. But also with this end again, this isn't just speculation anymore because Drake's DMs leaking with Ak's top guy in terms of who runs his stuff have now confirmed that the two are on the same page about how they portray Drake and what he is doing and how they portray Kendrick and everyone they don't like. And with this, Ak is seemingly going around and is on a run right now where he is linking up with the most annoying and desperate clout chasers you possibly could, and is pretty much doing PR for Drake and putting pieces on the board that are at the very least gonna support his and Drake's ideals and not Kendrick Lamar and that other side of hip-hop that they are scared of so much. And
I'm surprised Ak could get off Club Penguin long enough to do some of these things, man. God damn, bro. I'm surprised that boy could get himself off a goddamn I'm surprised he can pull himself away from watching goddamn what's that called? The My Little Pony freaky cartoons. You know what? Yeah, I'm surprised he can pull himself
that other side of hip hop that they are scared of so much. And I mean, with Ak, this started with some of the most ridiculous moments that we have ever seen, and that really just put into perspective what this entire side of hip hop is really about. And of course, we all saw this when Ak was sitting on the boat with a bunch of women, and for some reason they gave him the speaker and he started playing SSS for You. And instead of doing literally anything else, Ak decided to pull out his phone, record what he is doing, and started rambling about Kendrick Lamar and how his music would never do this. And honestly, with something like this, it's actually so embarrassing that you can't even take it seriously. But from this moment, which really just showed what the current state of Drake's career looks like.
Akademiks, one of them losers who you can clearly tell did not get girls before he basically bribed them with his fame and stuff like that. I'm not saying he literally is bribing them, but it's like essentially why any girl would probably be around this nigga. And I mean, you can look at his ex and their relationship. That's kind of evidence. But there's nothing lamer than vicariously living through another dude when it comes to females. That's when niggas go, I listen to this music because it'll get me girls or girls like it. Let me tell you, that is the most non-pussy getting person you know. Yeah, whoever shares that sentiment is and I promise you money, they have never got poonts. Because wasn't no woman ever like, yo, throw that Drake on, I'm gonna give you the draws. That sounds like you don't even interact with women when you be like, listen, we on the boat, we got girls, we got Drake playing, so now they like me. Now they're having fun. They like Drake. And what woman even like, what? So if you shut the Drake on, what, they're gonna jump overboard? Weirdos, bro. Get your ass off Club Penguin, nigga.
From there, Ak and his goals to help
my boy right now worried more about Fortnite skins and private discords.
Drake pull off this comeback have continued, and they are getting out of control at this point. And now, while Ak has already made Ye a part of this little group, and he is all but officially on Team Drake compared to how much he despises Kendrick and the rappers around him, even like Playboi Carti, Tyler the Creator, and really just the entire rap game at this point. And again, when this interview between Ak and Ye ends up actually dropping, we are going to see this more than we ever have. Because of course, as we have said, knowing the type of person Ak is, he is going to take Ye's angry posts and is going to connect them to this bigger message that they are trying to push against Kendrick. Beyond just having the support of Ye, Ak has continued his little press tour to keep this side of people who are
my boy is just incel Jesus, bro.
in hip-hop but don't actually like rap music and just want to use the genre for their own benefit going.
Facts!
He is at the center of one of the worst link-ups we have ever seen. As with Ak, DJ Vlad, and Adam 22 in the same...
All right, let me tell y'all something. I was waiting for the picture to pop up again. I'm going to be all the way honest. One of my theories of them coming together, and if you're doing the math, and if you've actually been paying attention in the last year of these people's views, it's because they're hemorrhaging. Majority of these people on this page are not in their prime when it comes to their views, their fan base. They're hemorrhaging. And you know what's the worst thing is, out of everybody in here, and like when I say this, I'm not necessarily talking about whack. I'm talking about the commentators. I don't really consider him a commentator. Out of all the commentators here, I don't even know who this is. So out of all the commentators here, it's crazy that Vlad low-key is probably the least, and that's a crazy thing to say. He's probably the least problematic of all of these people, the least vulture-y. Now, in his career, he's definitely been outed for that stuff. I mean, recently. And I feel like after the Marlon Wayans thing, he kind of got humbled a little bit. But if you pay attention in the last year, all these people have been hemorrhaging, have taken big blows to their brand. All of them. All of them. If you check out Vlad's channel, just go look at like I did this because I haven't watched Vlad in a long time. Go look at his like last week's views, and then go back and look like his views pre he said something to Marlon Wayans. Just go look at it, or go look at his views. Maybe not last week, the week before. His views. There are some clips he's uploaded now that aren't even reaching. The last I saw 10,000 views in a day, and that's awful for Vlad. Trap Lord Ross's views are not, like, if you look at, there's a point, I can't remember, I think it's right when he starts doing the Honeycomb Brazy interview. There's a period between the Honeycomb Brazy interview, I think, past the Lil Durk interview, where if you accumulate his average views, because he was averaging at least like 3 million, maybe like 4 million views a documentary. There's been a big period, and his biggest one is King Von, and that has 15 million. He did a video about Durk that's probably one of his biggest that he's done in a while, but the views are nowhere near what would be a year ago had he made that. Because he's talking about Durk and the Rico and the issue that Durk's in. So you go look at his views, there's like 1 million, 1.52. He's not getting to the 4 and the 5s and the 3s on average like he used to. Akademiks, since this boy damn near, I think he needs them the most. Akademiks needs them the most. Akademiks is like brand, like, he knows he's cooked. And Akademiks took like a 10-day break on his channel. Nobody even noticed. And it's ironic because I called this. I said, now, I know Akademiks probably helped that, but, you should not have been doing that weird shit with Nora, bro. So if you go back and look at Akademiks during this beef, he was like a voice in it. Bro, now it's almost like he the least that people care about out of this. Now, Wack, my issue with Wack is I just don't be believing most of the shit he be saying. Because he be saying a lot of stuff that comes out false. And he has said stuff that's come out real, like with the Brick Baby stuff. But to me, there's way more, like the Megan Thee Stallion tape, there's just a history of just saying but I would say I don't consider them the rest of these guys. Like, you can, but I don't even get into Whack like that. Adam, basically, just go look. So what they're doing, I believe, is they're all coming together because they think together they're going to be more powerful than they were solo. They just need each other right now. That's what's going on. A year ago, the reason why this is happening now and not a year ago is because of that. And another reason that I believe a little less, or not that I believe a little less, but I think to them is the secondary problem, is when you look at things, and I'm coming as somebody who I consider myself more on the Culture United side of hip hop, which to me is the hip hop side right now. So I've been on Culture United. I've been on Curtis King streams. I can't remember what it is. I would say that I'm a reoccurring character in those things. Now, are they all aware of that specifically? I don't know. But are they aware of the energy shifting? You go look at some of the interviews Curtis King has got. You go look at some of the interviews the Company Man has got. You go look at, like, I'm a reactor, but I be doing hip hop. You go look at our views and the stuff like that. Yeah, we crushing. That's why when Akademiks act like he didn't know who I was, like, bro, my channel's bigger than yours, nigga. You talk about. But anyway, that's what I think.
Same room alone, and that's not even all of them. Just from the optics of this all, you don't need to look any further, but you can see the shift happening in hip hop right before us as we are seeing hip hop split.
They're here to try to defend. Nobody loses their throne or loses their title or lose when the culture shifts or things shift. They will kick in. They're not going to go out peacefully. That's what's going on. This is the last death rattle, I think, of the shock jock culture vulture. We don't really care about the people. We just cover the death so we can get the views era.
Two people who look at the genre in completely different ways and who want to get two completely different things out of it. And now the important thing to recognize in this time is that while Ak or Drake, for that matter, are not literally getting all of these people to join up with what they are doing and just push Drake no matter what, Because with someone like Adam22, for example, I guess he was even right once in his career, as he did say an album like GNX was great while he was underwhelmed by SSS for You. Beyond specific takes or messages, just with a link up like this. In this time where Ak is one of the most talked about people in hip-hop for all the awful things he does, and he can't escape Drake because the two have been exposed for literally making plans about how to present what they want to say together. Just like on the other side of hip-hop, with Kendrick Lamar joining up with someone like Playboi Carti or Tyler the Creator rapping over Kendrick's beat on a remix, where the goal with all of that stuff, the Super Bowl, and so much else is to show the realignment of hip-hop culture as it always should have been, right for all of us to witness. What we are seeing with a link up like this is the antithesis, because for all of these guys, no matter what their specific opinions on an album may be, they all represent the side of hip-hop that does not want to engage with the actual art beyond the most superficial level. And
that's the truest shit, because when you go back to this picture, hold on. When you go back to this, did I close it? Well, when you go back to that picture with them all, you know what's the ironic part is they all claim to be hip hop media, but the least important things of their brand is the actual hip hop. Here's how you know they're disgusting. If as black people we all united and was like, yo, we not doing no more of this going on, talking about gang stuff, we not killing each other, we gonna try to, that actually hurts their brands. If they were forced to actually review hip hop or react to music, they wouldn't be able to do it. Think about that. These are hip hop media that if they were forced to talk about just hip hop and not the killings and the drama in hip hop, they wouldn't be able to do it.
They only even like and cover rap music for all of the worst reasons possible. And I mean, you see the picture. I don't have to go much further into that.
Exactly.
We all know how all of these guys...
How many, like, it's funny that these guys say they're hip-hop media, and I couldn't pick... I couldn't pick four... I really don't want to hear whack breakdown music either. I couldn't pick 5 people that I would least want to hear their opinion on anything that has to do with music. Isn't that crazy?
But again, by bringing together all of these fans, which from Drake's fans to all of these guys to even what's left of Ye's, this is what you are getting. Altogether, what we are seeing now is this loud group of angry people who don't actually like rap music and want it to succeed, just form together with the theories and points that someone like Ak has been putting out there. And Ak knows exactly what he is doing in terms of getting all...
From now on, we refer to that group as Vulture Voltron. Hashtag Vulture Voltron.
These fans who are just mad at everything to give them some sort of support when it comes to discrediting hip-hop at every corner they can, and believing that Drake was an artist who was wrong by the industry that they were trying to go up against. And while this is horrible that these people can even
This nigga literally came up off Black Death, not off hip-hop. He wasn't really even a hip-hop nigga until he tried to pivot his brand in Everyday Struggle. This nigga is... When people call academics like he's not hip-hop media, bro. He's a shock jock that pivoted into the hip-hop brand, that's all.
Present hip-hop the way they do.
This is war on Chirac,
direct
nigga.
Influence and ties to some of the biggest rappers out. In a way, seeing this split be so clear probably will do better for the genre in the long run than anything else. But in the meantime of all of that, from Ak to Drake to all of these other guys, they are about to make it so annoying to be someone who just wants to listen to good music. Because anytime now an actual artist is successful without a gimmick, like Doji, for example, or even with what Playboi Carti just did, these fans and personalities can't admit that people are resonating with music that isn't cloud chasing. And anytime an artist is getting successful, like with Doji, for example, they say it's not real or that this is all in place to take down Drake by the industry. And while this is already so annoying as we see it, there is no other way to put it. It is only going to get a lot worse, as just as Ak is doing things like we are seeing now.
Keep stepping on their necks, Doji.
Getting so out of hand and so beyond hip-hop in a way that, again, with people like Ak and even Aiden Ross, they are getting ready to take these big rappers like Drake and Ye and make the full-on jump into collaborating with a certain pair of brothers. And again, I am not going to mention them by name, but if you didn't already know, you know who I am talking about now, and you probably saw the pictures of Ye with them, just as Ak has been on this PR tour really for Drake more than himself. When he was at an event and around Aiden Ross, and these guys showed up. I mean, Aiden Ross is the link that is bringing hip-hop together with the biggest losers possible, as he is the one who was bringing up the idea of Drake making this collaboration happen, and really with the way we are going, it's almost inevitable at this point. And again, just when these things happen, there is going to be so much anger at the side of hip-hop who just wants great music. Just because of all the delusion that is being connected between all of these people who have some of the worst fan bases you could ever get. And with all of this, while it's about to never be more clear who is really in hip-hop for the right reasons and who is not, if you thought the conversation around Kendrick Lamar's success was already annoying because every time he breaks a record, these guys just keep trying to discredit it and discredit it. It's only going to get a lot worse very soon because these guys like Ak and even Drake are going to exit music with the loudest and most annoying standoffs the genre has ever seen. And as a result of them doing this from the genre that they have taken so much from, While it's great that we have an artist like Kendrick who is standing up for everything rap needs, just be ready to see a lot of people trying to take away from what this art form has always been so amazing at doing, and what we are only going to see a lot more of in the future, as Kendrick is about to come back and Drake is only going to crumble more. And again, while this crew can just never take away from what we have seen, and if anything, this clear separation in hip-hop that is happening right now may benefit it down the line. No matter how this goes for us fans in the moment, as we see people like Act just try to find more ways to get Drake back on top, it's about to be a quite interesting time for us as we see more ridiculous moves just show.
Now, until Drake interacts with Vulture Voltron, I don't really blame, like, you can blame Drake because of the environment he's tried to create and the people he's associated with, but I'm not blaming him for Vulture Voltron. That's Hip Hop Fanatic. If I would have made this video, I would not have included Drake at all. But he did such a great put together of the whole thing, and I didn't really watch the video before I did. I just saw what he was talking about.
Showcase how desperate this side is altogether. And so now, with all that said, let me know, what do you think of this?
Ladies and gentlemen, at the end of the day, do you think this is good or bad? I got two takes. I think it's bad because bad in the sense that separate, they're not good. They're not good for the culture. So together, that makes them ultra not good. But I think it's good because I think it's gonna backfire. It already has. If you see the interaction on social media about that picture, where what they're doing, where I think they're gonna be louder with a bunch of them, but I think they're more just outing themselves as, hey, we are anti-hip-hop. It's way easier because every one of those people together are probably the most hated people in hip-hop. So they're never going to be like, oh, we are the leaders of hip-hop. Hip-hop loves us. I think they know that. So it's like, I think it makes it easier to just go, like they basically become Fox News, where now when you hear anything come from that side, you go, I know what that is. And it really just, you let me know what's going on, and that's why, what you think. That's why protect hip-hop culture is more important than ever. Link in the pinned comment. Shout out to Culture United. Shout out to Curtis King and all his streams. Shout out to all the people over here representing hip-hop, the music, and yeah. Especially shout out to that's another reason why I think reactors are important. Because we could cover the news, but at the end of the day, you gonna see us talking about music.